Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm really happy to be making this tutorial because it seems like a lot of you are having trouble drawing bodies and more so different body types. So for these, I'm going to be showing you the four most common types that I use when I'm drawing my characters. And just to keep it fun, I'm going to call them the hourglass, the pear, the strawberry, and the orange shapes. Okay, to start things off, we're going to start with the hourglass shape. For this one, it's probably the easiest of the four. So what I do is I start off with the basic circle, basic shape for the head, get the shoulders on line, and I start off with the basic shape of the hourglass and push that into the lower groin area. Once you have this basic shape, you want to try to get your navel area all situated and then start just building basic lines for all your appendages like your legs, making sure everything's spaced out correctly. I'll do a different video on how to draw hands, arms, and legs later on, but this is just to show that once you get your basic form of your torso, you can add the rest of your appendages on, and it'll flow a lot better. Just me cleaning things up here. I wanted to make this somewhat of a character, something off the top of my head. I think I was going for like a funny character or something. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, excuse the dirt face. I wanted to do something fun, but at the end of the video, all these I'll show you how I refined them. I refined the sketches a little bit to make them a little bit more presentable. Now, for the pear shape, it's a little different. Characters that have this shape are usually a lot smaller and more narrow in the chest area, and generally slightly chubbier, if not having bigger hips. Or I guess you can say they are. Okay, but from here, same as before, you want to make sure you build off your torso, make sure you clean everything up. From here, I'm not sure what I want to do for this character. I think I want to make sure this one's a dog, so again, that face, ignore everything else. But yeah, also make sure you don't be afraid to make sure you give your character a bit more fullness. You can also don't be afraid to give them a bigger butt too. From here, I'm just fleshing out more of what I want the character to look like. Derpy stuff. Again, I'm going to refine these a little bit more towards the end, so I'll just let this play in the background. Okay, so for the strawberry figure, it's personally one of my favorites to use, and generally it's used for more characters that are generally a bit more built and have a bit more muscle on them. They also tend to have a lot broader shoulders and a lot smaller waist. It's also really common with muscular characters that have a lot of things going on, like abs and such, but for the sake of this video, I'm not really going to get into it. You'll also notice that this figure generally has a more predominant chest, so it gives them a more confident and upright standing feel to them. This one, I'm not really sure what I wanted to do in terms of character, so I'll just go generic. I can go any way I want. just adding the lower torso. Characters like these also tend to have stronger arms, so you want to make sure you give them a bit more built look. If you make them too small, if you give them kind of the noodly arm syndrome, and that's never good. Alright, and lastly, we have the orange shape. Generally, I only really use this shape when I'm drawing larger, more chubby characters. And characters that have this shape generally are a lot more rounded, stockier, and in some cases, depending on what you're drawing and who you're drawing, they're generally shorter as well. It's a lot of fun to do once you get the hang of it though. Just one thing you want to do when you're drawing characters like this is you want to make sure when you get to the arms and legs that they're larger, if not a little shorter, to make them a lot more proportionate to the torso of the body. It just keeps everything a lot more uniform. You know, honestly, for character, I couldn't think of anything else aside from bear, so that's kind of what I'm going with for this one. Alright, and that's pretty much it. From here, I'm just kind of cleaning up the sketches and making them look a little bit more presentable and everything. Hopefully you guys found this helpful, and if you have any other suggestions, feel free to let me know in the comments below on what you guys are struggling with, if you need me to make another tutorial or anything else. Also, make sure you guys subscribe and hit that bell notification. YouTube's been weird about sending out notifications lately, so I want to make sure you guys don't miss anything. Also, feel free to follow me on my social media, Twitter, FA, etc., etc. Thank you all for watching. Hope to see you guys really soon.